Turkey is making a lot of moves right now. As you know, obviously you on a big card, February 22nd. We spoke about that a little bit. You see a lot of other fighters, Ryan, Dev, all this stuff lining up. And it seems like boxing is, coming back together. How do you feel about Turkey and just like everything that's going on in boxing, all these big fights getting made?
I think Turkey is saving boxing. I think that he's making the biggest and best fights happen. Um, at the end of the day, what he's doing is these fighters gotta drop their nuts. He's making guys going 50-50 fights to where they can lose or they can win. And I'm from the club, like scared money don't make no money, so I feel like shit. Whoever he say he want me to fight, I'm down with that shit.
Turkey is making a lot of moves right now. As you know, obviously you on a big card, February 22nd. We spoke about that a little bit. You see a lot of other fighters, Ryan, Dev, all this stuff lining up. And it seems like boxing is, coming back together. How do you feel about Turkey and just like everything that's going on in boxing, all these big fights getting made?
I think Turkey is saving boxing. I think that he's making the biggest and best fights happen. Um, at the end of the day, what he's doing is these fighters gotta drop their nuts. He's making guys going 50-50 fights to where they can lose or they can win. And I'm from the club, like scared money don't make no money, so I feel like shit. Whoever he say.
Turkey is making a lot of.
Yo, yo, yo. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing? God bless. Hope everyone's having a good day. Good night. Good evening. Good morning. Who the fuck knows? Jed's in Australia. So, maybe it's 6 a.m. over there. Sun's coming up. Birds are chirping. Beachside view, right? But yo, this video right here. If you were here just watching it, I'll play it again. Don't worry. But this Shakur Stevenson video, right? He's basically saying, he's just parroting what I've been saying for 10 years and continuing to say. And, and it's a Fight Hype interview to make this all that much sweeter. So, but man, Fight Hype is just so fucking unethical, dude. They're just unethical. It just is what it is. From the top down, but let me play this real quick.
A lot of moves right now. As you know, obviously you on a big card, February 22nd. We spoke about that a little bit. You see a lot of other fighters, Ryan, Dev, all this stuff lining up. And it seems like boxing is, coming back together. How do you feel about Turkey and just like everything that's going on in boxing, all these big fights getting made?
I think Turkey is saving boxing. I think Turkey is saving boxing.
Coming back together. How do you feel about Turkey? A lot of other fighters, Ryan, Dev, all this stuff lining up. Spoke about that a little bit. You see a lot of other fighters, Ryan, Dev, all this stuff lining up. And it seems like boxing is, coming back together. How do you feel about Turkey and just like everything that's going on in boxing, all these big fights getting made?
I think Turkey is saving boxing. I think that he's making the biggest and best fights happen. At the end of the day, what he's doing is these fighters gotta drop their nuts. He's making guys going 50-50 fights.
He's making guys go in 50-50 fights, guys having to respect their nuts or drop their nuts. I'm sorry, right? So everything that we've been saying over here is true, right? Everything I've been saying for 10 years, Fight Hype, is true. You just agreed with Shakur that boxing has been fucked up. It seems like boxing's coming back together. And shout out to the Fight Hype interviewer, whoever it is, for at least saying that. I don't know who it is specifically, but Fight Hype, right? But dude goes, it seems like boxing's finally coming back together, right? So wait, if it's coming back together, that means it was fucked up, right? It was fucked up, right? Okay, it was, clearly. We all agree to that. Who fucked it up, right? Who fucked boxing up? Fight Hype. Who pushed all the false narratives? Fight Hype. Yeah, the truth is racist. Who called me every name in the book? Literally the fucking owner of Fight Hype, specifically targeting me, calling me names for stating this. And now Fight Hype is stating it on their platform, agreeing with me, clearly. So it was broken for years. Obviously, yeah, like more than a decade since I've been on here. It was I came on in September of 2014, and it was fucked up. It was screwed up already. Floyd, it was, it's boxing, whatever. It's the fight game. It's always going to be a little screwed up. But Floyd and his cronies made it much worse, and Fight Hype ran coverage for all the BS. All the BS they covered and lied about and would shame you if you told the truth. Boxing wouldn't be in this predicament if there were real journalists to hold fighters, managers, promoters, judges, officials, whatever, people's feet to the fire. We wouldn't be in this position. Oh my God, it took a Saudi billionaire to come and quote unquote save boxing. Why? Why is that, Fight Hype? I don't you didn't explain that part. Why is it? Because you've been telling me for 10 years boxing is great. You've been telling me for 10 years I don't know shit about boxing when I've been calling out a bunch of cherry picking and ducking. You've been just saying I don't know shit about boxing. And everyone like me, we just don't know shit about boxing because this is what we've been saying. And we've been saying that this is what is needed, specifically someone like a Turkey to come in and save boxing, right? Yeah, the boxing powers kicked out all the top journalists as the ones like, Bert Sugars and things like this got older, passed on. They started gatekeeping hard, right? They started gatekeeping real hard, and pushing agendas real hard. But Fight Hype was like front lining for the bullshit, for the falsehoods and the propaganda. They were front lining for it. Never forget that. And now they're gonna turn around and act like they got some fucking integrity and they care about boxing. Like, what? Your whole platform was just built on running coverage for Floyd Mayweather. You never gave a flying fuck about boxing. Your channel wasn't built on any care about boxing at all. It was just coverage for Floyd. That was it. I'm sorry, we'll get back to this, but this is just shocking to me because it's like, oh, again, I'm right. I hate to do it, but I have to. And I agree with Shakur 100%, and I'm actually siding with Shakur on most issues regarding himself now, at least, due to, he signed with Turkey. He's going to have to be in 50-50 fights. He tells you himself, it is what it is. Scared money don't make money. I got to go in here and risk it. It is what it is. So, shout out. But I did see he maybe, and we'll get to this, he maybe hurt his hand and is pulling out of the fight. His hand did look swollen. We'll get to it, though. I don't know. That's a rumor. Rumor reports here, right? But we'll get to that. Salute Tony. Salute Tony Boswell. Big time. Much respect to you as well. God bless you. Appreciate it. The big dub. Recognize. Salute. Salute, Jed. Recognize. I like what Shakur is saying about Turkey and 50-50 fights. Yep. Salute to the chat. Yeah, you can't appreciate it there. Tony, always listening. Rock on. There's some good stuff coming up. I don't know if you guys saw the Bill Gates interview out there, but it's one of the most shocking things I've ever seen. And, dude, we've seen everything in the last several years, right? But it is still one of the most shocking things I've ever seen. Shakur exposed his career in another interview he did for another channel. He said, quote, "If you know the right people, you'll become a world champion. For sure." Absolutely. The right manager gets you the right guy. This is the right people, the right financiers, right? All you need is some investors. You show out in a couple amateur tournaments in front of the right guys, they'll make the path real smooth for you. It's like bumper rails and during bowling, right? And that has been all these guys' careers. It just is what it is, man. Like, it's not hate. It is what it is. Shakur's telling you right here. I never had a 50-50 fight until I signed with Turkey. And quite frankly, he still hasn't. Even Schofield, he's a big favorite. So he still hasn't had to actually have a real fight yet. But not that Schofield isn't a real fight. You know what I mean? 50-50, because he's a big favorite, as he should be, versus Schofield. If that fight even happens, because it's, again, there's a rumor report that his hand is busted, and it was swollen in the picture I got, that he might be pulling out of this Schofield fight. But back to Boxing Powers kicked out all the top journalists. They sure did. Most boxing journalists only care about keeping access to the fighters and fights, will never ask the hard questions. Yeah, you're not allowed. They'll blackball you. They'll literally blackball you. Ask around. No, that's going to happen. But, I just saw this off topic a bit, but it's to boxing journalists. I just saw a post, and we'll get further into this, but I just saw a boxing post from Ring Magazine. It was on Ring's Twitter, right? They got a new boxing show. This is Ring Magazine, has a new boxing podcast coming out. There's 3 main hosts. The 3 hosts. This is rough. This is rough to even say, man. The 3 hosts of Ring Magazine's new boxing TV show podcast. It's going to have everybody, right? This is going to be it should be the best possible boxing cast, because they're going to have access to everybody, right? But the hosts are, number 1, there's 3 of them. Number 1, YouTube's own Showbiz. So Showbiz is number 1. Number 2 is our resident crony, right? Dan Raphael, ESPN's Dan Raphael. So far you have Showbiz and Dan Raphael. Those are 2 out of the 3. Who do you think the third is? Any guesses on the third? It's maybe more shocking than the previous 2. But it is none other than Chael Sonnen. Chael fucking Sonnen. I love Uncle Chael, but come on, Chael Sonnen with Showbiz and Dan Raphael. Tell me that ain't some bullshit. Someone was like, I saw a post saying they saw the first clips of it. I haven't saw anything of it. But someone said they saw the first clips of it. And he goes, I don't even know who these people are except Chael, but he goes, it's clear whoever they are, neither of them knows shit about boxing. I was like, oh no, I didn't even watch it, right? But my God. Showbiz, Dan Raphael, and Chael Sonnen. They get the spots. Dude, Don Turkey, I'm really upset. Don Turkey, I'm really upset at you. You clearly went to Showbiz for like the quote unquote YouTube connect, right? Like, bring in the internet boxing community. And you totally said fuck you to the actual internet boxing community. You didn't call up none of us. None of us. No one talked about it. You just 2 middle fingers, guns blazing. Fuck y'all. I'm going with this bug-eyed motherfucker who's sold out already, right? Like, damn. That's brutal, Turkey. That's fucking brutal. You mean Floyd hype? It's obvious he funds that channel, or has in the past, correct? I think he's, like, if Floyd's money somehow definitely funded Floyd hype. It was fucking Floyd hype. It's ironic that he hurts his hands even though he has pillow power like Floyd. Maybe he just got weak hands. The deal, what did Gates say? That he was just full. Fucking kid. Oh my God. Fucking IDK is just foolish. I mean, don't penalize me. Come on, guys. I was just being foolish. It was silly. They caught me on tape. Fucking kids. It was just silly. I was being foolish. That's what he said. I'm not even exaggerating. Wait till you see it. I mean, yeah, happy for. I mean, I'm not. No, it's. I mean, I'm not happy for showbiz. Get your fucking money, right? But, um, I get the point of what he was doing, right? Like, you're trying to grab the internet community, the internet boxing community, which is the YouTube boxing community. You don't contact anyone from the YouTube boxing community because he ain't that. Like, I'm just like, no disrespect to whatever the fuck he does over there. I don't watch him or anything, but like, he ain't that. Okay, he ain't. So it's fucking crazy. 3 casual types, McLovin, you might have nailed it. The pro-black, the anti-black, showbiz, Chelson, and the butterfly. He'll float whatever way to talk. Yeah, that's funny as hell. You nailed it. Dude, you nailed it. They got the pro-black, the anti-black, and then the butterfly to sway your view whichever direction they want for that weekend. No wonder they went to them motherfuckers. Shit. What is such an odd cast? Such an odd cast. Yeah, I believe so too, Felipe. But I don't know. I don't care. It is what it is, right? Chill is gonna have to carry the 2 bums. Oh, he is. He is. Look, we already know what it is. It's no Showbiz will do his thing. He'll come prepared. But Chill's gonna be the guy. Chill's the guy, right? For sure. Showbiz is gonna be. I think as he gets comfortable, he'll get better. But yeah, he's there for a reason. Chill's there for a reason. Dude, McLovin just fucking nailed it. That is the reason for all of them, for sure. They can sway opinion. It's ridiculous, but it's fucked up, man. It is. It's grimy. It's grimy. It makes me. I thought Turkey liked real ones. I thought he liked real ones. That's what I was under the belief of. That's what I was under the belief of. Now I'm like, damn. Maybe not. Maybe not. It makes me question everything. Not even gonna keep it real here. You could turn me down, but give me a fucking interview, right? I'd be like, no, he gave me an interview. I just probably blew that shit. That's what I would tell you. I just tell you guys, no, they literally talked to me. They were gonna give it to me. I'm probably just fucked that shit up. It is what it is. And then I'd probably then run coverage. Be like, no, man, Showbiz deserved that shit. Instead, just go right to the fucking sellout. Ridiculous shit. Yeah, Showbiz knows a little about boxing. He does. He's saying so. If Showbiz knows a little about boxing, I think he would be the guy. He does, but Chill's just such a good talker. He is. From what I gather, again, I don't watch him that much, but I think Showbiz is more of like he can put some words together in shorts and shit, but I think in long form, it's mostly character, energy, faces, movements, whatever the fuck that kind of stuff. But I was actually surprised Steve Kim isn't on the show. Like, I was actually surprised. I think he probably kind of fucked up, but he might not have got it because like this is messed up, right? Because he actually unless he just didn't want it, it's not worth it or whatever. But if he did, they still might not have wanted him just because it might have looked like some sort of friendly nepotism, even though it wasn't. The dude would be actually deserving, but he should have got the Dan Raphael spot. He should have at least got the Dan Raphael spot. But Ring should just buy the 3 knockdown rule that show Steve Kim does to Mario Lopez. I mean, that's half of it, but this is the problem. I think that McLovin did kind of nail it. They have the black guy, the white guy, and then the butterfly. He'll float on whatever direction they need. I think that I'm not just saying that. I actually think that is the reason they went with those guys. It makes perfect sense. It makes too much sense. So I do think that's kind of what happened there. But yeah. And it's only like Chill's just such a good talker. He's going to spout a bunch of bullshit, but it'll just be entertaining to where a lot of boxing fans will just be like, oh, well, whatever. But it is what it is. He shouldn't have got the fucking gig. I like Joe, but that ain't his. He shouldn't have the fucking gig. He shouldn't. No, you're probably right, Jesus. That's why they call him. That's why that's why they call him the Thomas Sowell of boxing, right? He'd be too harsh. He'd be the uncle who ain't taking no shit. That's Steve Kim. The uncle who ain't taking no shit, calling it like it is, and that's that. Unfortunately, at this moment, I don't have any specific prediction on Fulton Figueroa. But off the top, what was Figueroa's last fight? Let me get a reminder on Figueroa's last fight. I only need his last one. But yeah, man, fight hype over here saying I was right the whole fucking time. This is agitating. It really is. I hope you guys understand that. This is very agitating. And all the people who said I was hating on Shakur, on Tank, on Devin, on any of them, who I said just aren't taking 50-50 fights, who are cherry picking, taking, soft fixes, whatever, light touches, tune up after tune up, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? Not risky fights, which is why they're all undefeated, other than the guys who actually fought tough guys, right? Teofimo, Ryan Garcia. I can't say Tank, even though he fought Ryan, because he fought a drained Ryan. That's not a tough guy. But, you get the picture, right? The guys who haven't, yeah, they're undefeated. Big whoop. Shocker, right? Such a shocker.
Turkey is making
it one last time just to rub it in. I got to play it one last time just to rub it in.
Turkey is making a lot of moves right now. It's, obviously you on a big card, February 22nd. We spoke about that a little bit. You see a lot of other fighters, Ryan, Dev, all this stuff lining up. And it seems like boxing is, coming back together. How do you feel about Turkey and just like everything that's going on in boxing?
Oh, it seems like boxing is coming back together. That line is just shocking to me, right? Like, man, don't Turkey, don't Turkey. Turkey is here fixing the sport after it's been all fucked up. But they won't address who fucked it up, why it was fucked up. Number one, no, don't address who first. Address what was fucked up about it, and then who is doing that. Who is doing the most of that? Okay, whatever you say is what was fucking it up. Who was doing the most of that?
You see a lot of other fighters, Ryan, Dev, all this stuff lining up. And it seems like boxing is, coming back together. How do you feel about Turkey and just like everything that's going on in boxing, all these big fights getting made?
I think Turkey is saving boxing. I think that he's making the biggest and best fights happen. At the end of the day, what he's doing is these fighters got to drop their nuts. He's making guys going 50-50 fights to where they can lose or they can win.
50-50 fights? Are you kidding me? 50-50 fights? There got to be a black guy. There got to be a black guy, though, Jed. And McLovin was right. There needs to be a black dude. Yeah. Me and Steve, it'd be too white. They'd say it's too white. Me and Steve would be too white already. Unfortunately, wouldn't be a good mix. Me and Steve, they'd say too white already. Even though I'm just keeping it a buck, I can go either way. And I think Steve would too, but together they would just say too white. It is what it is. No. Have I reached out to Mario and Steve about doing a collab here and there on the 3 knockdown rule? Sure, people would appreciate your takes from time to time. No, I would never do that. Shout out to them though, like all the success in the world, obviously. No, I would just never, I never dare pressure someone or ask for like a favor like that. Wouldn't do it. Wouldn't, and it would even. I don't do good with stuff like that. So not at all. But shout out to them again. I appreciate them just fucking retweeting something here and there. That's plenty for me. Plenty for me. Thunderdome Cameron and Steve Kim. There you go. Okay. That could work. That could definitely work. That could work. That's the team because I'm fucking with that one. I'm fucking with that all day long. I'm fucking with that all day long. You can throw. No, you could bring Mario Lopez in there too, but again, unfortunately, it can't happen. You got to break up too many groups. You're gonna have to break up Cameron and Mason. Great thing going, Steve and Mario. Great thing going. But yeah, that's funny. Okay, his last fight was against Magdaleno. He fought twice in the last 2.5 years. Yeah, I don't even remember the Magdaleno fight. See, I can't even remember his last fight. So, yeah, off the top, I would predict a decision win for Fulton. Again, I'll get probably more into this later in the week. But off the top, I would think decision win for Fulton. Even though he's concussed or, was concussed and whatever. He's had some time since he knew he's probably recovered. His confidence might not be there, but that's fine because he's going to fight scared, fight on the back foot, and fight to outpoint Figueroa anyway. So fighting scared might be even better for him, run a little more. I don't know. We'll see if the fight gets exciting, being that he's been chinned and his confidence is definitely going to be shaky. He might be we'll have to see. He might be just scared to get hit by anybody. Like, don't get it twisted. I'll never forget Zab Judah's first fight back. It was the first time as a young guy seeing someone who I looked up to, like, in the ring for a professional fight versus a, relative nobody, right? Zab Judah's first fight back after Costa Zoo. Can't remember who it was versus. That should tell you, right? It was really versus nobody, but the guy was petrified. Zab Judah was petrified to get hit. So the first time as a teenager, I wasn't young, I guess, whatever age I was, teenager, seeing someone I looked up to, like, scared to get hit. I was like, whoa, from being knocked out in his previous fight. But so that one stuck with me big time. But I've seen it numerous times since. So it's always, I know, like, it could be anybody. So we'll have to see on Fulton's first fight back how he reacts, right? That's about it. If he handles that knockout, if he handled or is handling that knockout well enough, I would think a points decision. If he's not, it's gonna, it's 50-50, right? Benavidez Morrell, yeah. Well, shout out BDA, salute BDA, by the way. I haven't got there yet, but I'm getting there. I've kind of already given it in short, Benavidez, but I think Jed was talking to me about this, and I agree with him. I kind of took this from him, but give Outlaw Boxing Gym Sydney their credit for this. I think Benavidez will win. I didn't take all this, but this part. That Morrell is dangerous early, obviously, right? Bit of a front runner, doesn't have much big fight experience, doesn't have much high-level professional experience, just against top-level opposition, period. He just doesn't. He's a little green, which is why I think they're jumping on him right now. But that doesn't mean he's not dangerous. I think he probably ends up hurting Benavidez. Early, Benavidez should weather it. And then if he doesn't, though, it's going to be dangerous. But if Morrell doesn't hurt him, he's just going to get his ass kicked. But he might, and it's probably likely. It's probably likely. Benavidez will get hurt, weather the storm, hopefully, but I think he will. He's got, he's tough. He'll put his fucking high guard up, absorb what he got to absorb, move around, clinch. He'll do what he got to do, etc. If he needs to. Get to them later rounds, the experience, Morrell gasses. He might not have his peds, allegedly, right? For this fight, blah, blah, blah. Benavidez might. He probably does, allegedly. I don't know. So we'll see. But I think Benavidez comes on strong in the second half. It's like Golovkin, Canelo 2 at best for Morrell, in my opinion. Well, it could go either. Let me in that the first half, will kind of be 50-50. Could go, it's going to be a hard fight second half. One guy should take over. Benavidez should take over. I don't know if he gets him out of there or not. I guess it depends if he tries to put on a show. But that's in general. What's up with the predator in the background? Bill Gates. He's a fucking predator. He's a predator. That's right. On the 3 knockdown roll, Mario Lopez was trying to discredit Sugar Ray Robinson and say, come on, he only beat white guys. Some of the best white guys ever, and they were wearing 6-ounce gloves, mind you. But whatever, right? I hear you. Yeah. It's a fucking easy, it's an easy joke. I don't even know why you'd make that joke. It's a simple, easy, joke, but it shits on everybody except Mexicans, which is why he said it, I guess. It shits on black people because it's shitting on a black legend, and just a legend in general, I guess, a black legend, right? And then shitting on white guys because he only beat white guys. So it's so he didn't beat no Mexican. I guess it's it's like the Floyd fans or whatever saying, he beat no black Americans. He beat no black Americans. Well, he only beat white guys. He only beat Mexicans. I guess it's their version, right? It's their version. He only beat white guys. He only beat Mexicans. That's funny. Yeah. Okay, well, that's interesting because I'm expecting Morrell to be pretty big. Okay, this is interesting. So based on BoxRec, says hand history vault, Morrell is supposed to be much bigger, but he's not. They're nearly the same size. Heck, Benavidez' body looks bigger. And yeah, you're kind of right there, huh? He's not much big. See, I don't know. I'll have to see him on this fight week, I guess, in close to fight shape. The presser, which is coming up tomorrow. They'll do a face-off tomorrow. That'll be the real good one. That's them about at fight weight, close to fight weight. They haven't began their cut yet. Press conference tomorrow is basically the same damn size they'll be in the ring. Very close to it. But yeah. But I think Benavidez should get the job done, barring you can look at it similar to that second Golovkin Canelo fight. You can look at it. He might just get done dirty. I'm just gonna keep it a buck here. This might be very similar. I brought this up last time. Kermit Cintron as he went up against Margarito. All right. Well, think back on that fight. Margo was the guy. He was the one being avoided. He was the fucking killer, right? The monster at the time. Kermit, big, strong, solid fundamentals, straight up and down, those special effects, quote unquote, right? But he just got chewed up. And it's a very similar stylistic matchup in terms of straight 1-2, Kermit Cintron, straight 1-2-3, solid fundamentals, nothing straight up and down, no special effects. And then you have Benavidez, a fucking Mexican dog, right? Right on the inside, banging you, boom, 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 boom. A lot like Margarito, just saying. And again, similar in that fight as well. Kermit Cintron was supposed to be big, right? Big guy, big welterweight, huge welterweight. Margo was too, don't get it twisted. But yeah, he wasn't so big in that fight. And just think of remember that matchup as well. Could have a lot of similarities. If Morrell's stamina can hold, I don't know what that is, and keep up with Benavidez and stamina, I believe, keep up with Benavidez over 12, then it could be real. Yeah, it's just, that's what I don't, it's going to be tough, especially if he's, allegedly, quote unquote, clean or whatever for this fight. or this camp, which it's like, dude, he didn't start even doing testing until like way late. So he's probably still in pretty good shape unless his body's crashing. But I don't think they would do that to him. What up, Jerson? Salute, God bless Jerson. Saw you on Facebook recently. Yeah, and they had the face off. They're nearly the same size. Heck, they look the same. I'll look it up. I got some of that coming up here. Yeah, and that's the good point, Jed. Good point, right? Talking about Mario Lopez saying Sugar Ray Robinson only beat white guys. They were Italians, okay? A lot of them were Italians. Let's not get it twisted. I said they were some of the toughest white guys ever. Yeah, the Italians were the Mexicans back then. Let's keep it a buck. He was beating fucking gladiators. You know, these weren't slouches. Well, what welterweight does he got beat? What middleweights he got beaten? Carmen Basilio. Yeah, well, not necessarily middleweight. These middleweights are pretty biggie. You get the picture. They were fighting 6-ounce gloves. Come on, just they weren't taking. Just keep it a buck. I mean, that alone, and I get it. A lot of that, different type of padding, whatnot, but you still get the point. Okay, I'm gonna pop off of this. Let me go to Twitter here. I got some other stuff though. Okay, man, I got so much. Okay. All right, yeah. Let me pop over to Twitter real quick. That's where I got that other stuff. I got some obviously more boxing stuff over here. But I was thinking about someone brought up Crawford and Canelo. I don't know. I could probably look up who I'm referring to here or whatever. I think this was a reply. No, this wasn't a reply. It was just a tweet. But it was this is in reference to. Can you see this? Yeah. Obviously, Crawford, Canelo, right? But Floyd Mayweather was better, like a lot better than Terrence Crawford. He didn't hit as hard, but he had respectable power. And he was just better. Like he was just better. Virtually in every way. Okay, virtually in every way. And I'm talking this Crawford versus the Floyd that fought Oscar De La Hoya. That was a primed up Floyd Mayweather. This Crawford now is not as good as the Floyd that fought Oscar De La Hoya. And this Canelo is much better, in fact, than this version of Oscar De La Hoya. And in older, I think Oscar just straight up won this fight. So does Mayweather's father, but whatever. And I'll just say this at least. An older Oscar De La Hoya gave a primed up Mayweather all that he could handle. Canelo Alvarez is a lot fresher than Oscar was. And again, Bud just ain't as good as Floyd was. He's just not. I don't see that fight going very well. Is that official yet? And I got to ask that as well. Is that official yet? The Canelo Crawford fight. Yeah, I'll get to Benavidez here in a minute. History with that the face-off stuff. Real shout out to Julio. Shout out to Julio. So Benavidez gets the TKO. I would hope so. I would expect him to if he comes to do his job and put on a show. Like, dude, you want you got to show out. And I get it. It's like, do you want to be the guy who's like showing out when everyone else ain't? But yeah, you got to. That's what separates you. So, you got to do the job. You not only got to win. You got to win big. At least drop the guy a couple times or something. But Benavidez should win, and he should stop the guy. Well, I'm not saying he should. He probably shouldn't, but I actually think he should in that fashion, a TKO through just accumulation, a beatdown, corner waves a towel type thing. That's what should happen. That would be my best prediction if they both brought it. But if Morrell goes into survival mode or something, then who knows, right? But yeah. So Bill Haney, I saw Ray Jackson saying like screw Vada, just because Victor Conti is involved, and you can't trust it. You can't. It's not just Vada. It's because again, Vada just does the testing. This is what. All right, let me point this out real quick. Bill Haney, quit saying Vada. Vada isn't. They're only responsible for the testing. They have no say so in punishments. What is bad or good? They just do the testing and then hand a report to the WBC, and they have the say so to do what they want with that report. And with Soliman and your connection, and Victor Conti bragging on how he can beat any test, it can't be trusted. You're just a fool if you do it. And I'm not one to be like, don't do it and prove you're clean. Because look at Michael Bisping. Ton of testing. In fact, I think at one point he was the most tested fighter. Certainly UFC, I believe it. At one point he was the most tested ever. I don't think he still is, but at one point he never tested positive. He cleared every test, allegedly cleared, right? Who the fuck knows? But yeah, supposedly beat every test, right? So, but he also says he never took anything. So if you didn't take anything, and if he actually never did, well, then what's the shame, right? But again, what good can come out of it? There's only bad. Like, unfortunately, we haven't really saw publicly, at least, any good, come out of it. We just saw a bunch of guys get screwed. We saw Povetkin get fucked. We saw Ryan get fucked. And there's, obviously there's some good, but like Devin Haney's, I'm sorry, look, man, in my opinion, allegedly, he's one of the worst Oprah days in the game. And he, passes his test with flying colors. Negative. Devin Haney this year, brand new, negative. Well, I don't know then, man. I don't think this shit works. I just don't think it works. In my opinion, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Skull is like gym level, but you want to do something? Dude, Skull is 168-pound Gamboa, though. Dude, for real, Skull is 168-pound Gamboa. Think of that, though. Like last time on the last stream, we were watching clips of Skull. Find out about him, see who he was. When there was a rumor that Crawford might take him as a tune-up. We're like, all right, then that's probably much better than Derevyanchenko. There's a reason, though, it comes out, no, we ain't taking that one. Obviously, just watch him. That's 168-pound Gamboa. He's going to beat Crawford's ass, bro. Like, Skull might be gym level. He will beat Crawford's ass. Not even joking. I know, obviously, like, look, Gamboa, in all respect, he's, a different level with featherweight or whatever. But per lightweight Gamboa, that's the same thing. That's the same thing. That's a big problem. That's a much bigger problem. They fight damn near the same. Like his hero had to have been Gamboa. Skull's hero, like, had to have been Gamboa. It is a style they like to use, but Bisping had better cardio than Lance Armstrong. Big LOL, quote unquote, all natural. It is hard to believe that Bisping never took anything because, I mean, some fights he looked crazy jacked, and in some fights, you know, dad bod. So it's questionable. I don't think he was clean his whole career. I certainly don't. But so apparently, well, not apparently, it's official. As far as I understand, right? It's official. Boots and Stanionis finally official. And Boots saying he's a good fighter. This is Boots speaking. Boots says he's a good fighter, but it's time for me to make my mark and step on him. Like, dude, it's your time. It's time for you to make your mark. You've had many times. You just had to time your last fight to step on, dude. You didn't do too much stepping. In fact, you didn't do too much stepping. Just saying. I don't know, guys. For the record, I think Stanionis is going to beat the fuck out of him. Just keeping it a buck. I will give Boots all the credit in the world if he gets past Stanionis, barring Stanionis is going in healthy, and I ain't gonna lie and say he wasn't healthy if he was. Barring some reports if he looks like shit or something. But from what I understand, there's nothing wrong with Stanionis, right? Stanionis is healthy, from what I understand. So, dude, if Boots can get past him, this is a real fight. I don't think he does it. In fact, I just don't think he does it. He's too easy to hit, and Stanionis hits fucking hard. He's tough. Stanionis will take a beating. He's coming up under the wild card crew. I don't know, man. It's a dangerous ass fight. I will give Boots all his credit if he gets past Stanionis. But off the top of my head, I'm way more confident that Stanionis can pull this out than Boots. Boots is flawed. He flawed. He got flaw, right? He flawed. James French Jr., he flawed. Right? But no, I'm just saying he got a lot of flaws, a lot of holes, mainly his defense. But, dude, he's going to get walked down. I'm seeing Stanionis kind of fight like Canelo, rip into the body, coming up top when they get into exchanges, and it's getting clipped. It's risky. I'm surprised they took it. I can't believe they took Stanionis over the big money for Virgil Ortiz. Why not just pay big money and why not just get paid big money for Virgil Ortiz? Why? I get it. Virgil's a guaranteed. He's knocking your fucking head off. I get it. But, you might as well just take the big money because you're probably just going to lose the Stanionis anyway. I don't know. I'm hoping Boots is a big favorite here because I'm definitely going to lay some money on Stanionis. Ricardo Lopez, salute, bro. Greetings from Chicago. Put your like in already. Appreciate that. Yeah, hit the likes, guys, please. It's about really appreciate that. That'll definitely help. Hit the likes, guys. Boots will low blow Stanionis all night. I mean, I hear you. He's probably going to try all that stuff, but will it work? Right? I think he just gets chinned. He's going to, what's he going to do? Throw the Errol Spence special? He's going to get hit with the right. Boom! Are they? I mean, I got some more posts on this because I don't know who it was, maybe Source of Boxing, his first post about announcing the fight was official. And I guess the general consensus, I guess they were, right? Because the general consensus certainly was, all right, tough fight for Boots, but he wins. Tough fight, but he wins. It's like, oh, buddy, I don't know about that one. I mean, I think tough fight and he loses. I think tough fight and he loses. I don't know. Yeah, dude, I'm saying, dude, hand history. Thank you, man. Thank you. For real, like Boots is a bum. I don't see how this is a real fight. Stanionis should easily win. I agree. Like I don't see Boots winning this. You don't see how this is a real fight. I mean, maybe it ain't. I know Eddie Hearn's behind it. He's definitely behind it. Is Turkey behind this? I think he should be, but I don't know if he is. What? OMG. The bookies are drunk or know something we don't. Boots is a 6-1 favorite, and the Stanionis is basically a 4-1 dog, 3.5-1 dog. Oh, I'm either getting paid or losing a lot of money. I'm either getting paid or losing a bunch of money. Ouch. Oh, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. Oh, that's gonna be a bad night. That's gonna be a bad night. You ain't gonna want to. You are not gonna want to miss my post-fight stream. I'm gonna be pissed. Oh man, dude. Plus 370. I should lock it in right now. I'm locking it in tomorrow. Yeah, I'm locking that shit in tomorrow because I can place it to where I only get odds changes that go in my favor. And then when they go in my favor, it locks. So if I lock it in early and some big money comes in on Ennis, like early, who knows? Say it moves up to like my a plus 450 dog. 4.5-1 dog on Stanionis. It'll lock it in for me right there. I can keep that. Yeah, I got a you should lock this in now. I'm just, throw a little something on it. The fix probably is in. I hear you. But it's worth it. Dude, because Boots got a lot of hype. Stanionis is unknown, and he's just a tough motherfucker. I just think people really might be sleeping. But that's hard to say because, come on, this is the early odds, and I don't know. Maybe the early money maybe just came heavy on Boots. That could very easily tighten up. Yeah, I'm locking that in now. I advise everyone else to throw a little something on it. Can't hurt to get 3.5-1. CTE Bradley called Stanionis a come-forward brawler. He's way more than that. Yeah, much more than that. And he's only getting better. Like, he's only training every day with the best. With the best. Like, don't get it twisted. I'm sorry. Stanionis has a much better team, gym, lineage of knowledge than Ennis. That's a fact. He is much better schooled than Ennis in every fucking facet. He might not be as fast twitchy or reflexive or whatever. Timing beats speed every time, so who cares? No, I'm getting fucking paid. I'm getting paid on that night, man. I hear you. It does sound like the fix is in, though. It does. Because Boots is trash. Like, he's not, he's just at the top level. He's trash. Like, yeah, he's getting fucked up by Virgil, so I didn't take that shit. And I saw his dad talking more shit again after they ducked Virgil officially twice. They're still talking about, yo, when we come 54. It's like, you ain't coming to 54. You're not lasting. Paul Hughes whooped it. No, I heard about it. I saw, we talked about Morrell or whatever beating the other Nurmagomedov, but no, my son told me about that, Papa Murner. I didn't see it, though. Yeah, the fix is in. Stanionis needs a knockout to win. And if you don't know, Stanionis is a 3.5 plus 370 dog. Stanionis plus 370 dog, 3.5-1 underdog. Boots a 6-1 favorite. That makes no sense. I'm telling you, lay heavy. It's not lay heavy. Lay something on Stanionis right now and just lock it in. You can't get better odds. Like, and if you do, it'll go in your favor. It's worth it. Because look, this is the thing with fights like this. These are the ones you look for to bet on, right? So you throw a 100 or even we'll say 100. Well, if you lose, okay, you lost 100. The next time you get a 3.5 dog that should win, you lay 100. If you just hit that, you get all your money back, right? You got 3 go rounds, so you got to double up, right? You got to throw 200 down on the next go round. On your 4th, if you lose 3 in a row, all right? It's one you should take the fucking risk on. This is one. Even though I hear you. The fix, I hear you. But it's worth it. Yeah, exactly. They've been promoting Ennis for like 6 years now, and he's still at the same level he was in the Uwaball fight. So, like, listen, let's not get it twisted. There's a reason they put him in with Karen again and not anyone with power. Why has he never been in with someone who can punch? Someone his own size who can punch. I don't know if anyone at welterweight is his own size, but Stanionis can punch. And this is probably curtains for the dude. It's probably curtains. Yeah, Boots going to be a punching bag, says Julio, probably. I mean, that's what I assume. Yeah, this is the other thing, right? They have been promoting Stanionis for like 8 years now, and he's at the same level, but he hasn't really been getting promoted, right? Let's not act like Boots hasn't gotten all kinds of shit. That Stanionis has just been kept on the back burner since he was with PBC. What, 3-4 years ago when we were talking about Ennis first coming on the scene? Then we were talking about it. Then put him in with Stanionis. I bet he gets his ass whooped. And they were both at the same level then. They've both just stayed there because they're with fucking PBC, right? But Ennis has gotten more help and easier fights and shit. Probably more money, too. Yeah, I did see that. Hearn accusing Inouye of ducking MJ. I did hear that. Is he, though? I hear he is ducking at the moment. Or at least, I'm not ducking, but they got to fight, right? And that's all I guess Hearn is saying. But, in the boxing world, you go, ducker! Ducker! You fucking coward! Yeah, that's the only thing there, right, Iceman? Stanionis hasn't been in the ring in a while. And that's what, but being what wild card, they're going to make sure he's still in fight shape. He's getting good sparring. He might not have had a real fight, but they're doing wild card has hard sparring. So Stanionis being out of the gym, unless he's been out of the ring, unless he's been out of the ring for a reason. And maybe that's why the odds are against him. Maybe that's what the bookies know. Maybe that's what Eddie Hearn knows. Maybe that's what Ennis and them know, right? The guy's hurt or he's fucked up mentally. He's spiraling out or something. That could very well be it. But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe that's why they're like scheduled the fights. Dude, that might be it, right? Maybe that's why they scheduled the fight fast. Because when's the fight? April. Yeah, because Ryan's in May. This is in April. Like the first week of April or something like that. It's first, like April 12th, maybe it was. So what is that? Well, yeah, I mean, that just gives him enough time. He might have not been in good shape mentally and physically. If you're not in good shape mentally, you're probably not going to be in good shape physically. I don't know. But it does look like the bookies might know something we don't. If that's the only, Guerrero says they're cherry picking Stanionis because he's been inactive. If that's the only reason, because out of sight, out of mind, the bookies may have forgotten. They know Boots is the guy they're putting money behind. They still think he's more athletic. He should win, right? Dude, if Stanionis is healthy, if he's physically and mentally healthy, he's gonna fucking win, as far as I'm concerned. And if Ennis can prove me otherwise, I'll be impressed. Straight up, I can't deny it. Yeah, promoted the hell out of him, and he hasn't actually fought anyone. Yeah, exactly. They promoted the hell out of Ennis, but he hasn't actually fought anyone. Okay, so that's interesting. This is true. So MJ was offered the September fight, but wanted it on the Joshua Dubois undercard for Riyadh money, which wasn't entertained. He just wanted the payday. If that's true, like if they gave him a fair offer, I don't know what the offer was or whatever. I don't think it would be unfair. You're going to Japan, you're getting huge money. I guess Riyadh would be typically bigger money. So he's probably like, yo, we can get this bigger payday over here. And they were like, yeah, but we're doing it over here. So take it or leave it. He should have took it. He definitely should have. You go beat Inouye, you're the fucking man. You can do the rematch in Riyadh for all the money. You're the A side then. If he hadn't like a legit offer, yeah, he screwed up. If it goes 12, that's all they need for a W. Probably. I mean, we've seen it time and time again, right? But this could be dude, this could be Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia all over again. You know, instead of a Mexican, it'll just be the quote unquote Russian white boy fucking this dude up. Donnie, he ended up being if that was that fight. Okay. Damn, I need to go get a coffee. Shit. Hang on, fellas. Oh, here it. Looky who it is. Okay, so this is Bill. While I get a coffee, you can watch this. This is Bill Gates telling you how Epstein. He's talking about Epstein here. He did a brand new interview talking about Epstein, right? So yeah, I'll go grab a coffee. It's only like a minute. Don't take long, but. He says being friends with Epstein and getting compromised on video fucking kids, right, was just foolish. He's going to make better friends now. He's going to make better friends. That'll take care of it all. Don't hold him accountable. He just made a simple mistake. He was foolish, banging them kids. It is what it is. It's just foolish. Banging kids ain't like a crime. It's just foolish, dude. Chill, right? But that's what he's saying here. And he needs your sympathy. You have to understand, he didn't do anything wrong. He was just hanging out with a bad guy, right? 30 times. 30 times. But let's hear him explain it. Better than I ever could. For real, this is no joke. They talk. Yeah, we all been there, bro. That's exactly right. That's what he's saying. It's like, it doesn't even register to him like, yo, this is very abnormal, Bill. But during the interview, that's all they're talking about is him getting compromised by Epstein, banging kids. But they, it's the weirdest interview because it's right out in the open. That's what they're talking about. Getting caught by Epstein, banging kids, getting compromised by Epstein. But they don't say, I'll just play it. This is fucking nuts. It's crazy. This is crazy. To me, it's worse than the Prince Andrew one. This really is worse than the Prince Andrew one to me. But check this shit out.
In retrospect, I was foolish to spend any time with him.
The Journal previously reported on Gates's ties to Jeffrey Epstein, including that Epstein threatened Gates over an affair he had. The two met a few times, Gates says, to discuss philanthropy.
Do you think, looking back at that moment, that you were being played?
Well, Jeffrey, in retrospect, I was foolish to spend any time with him, and he sort of, got time with various people by spending time with other people. So yes, I think I was quite stupid. I thought it would help me with global health philanthropy. In fact, it failed to do that, and it was just a huge mistake.
Has it made you more wary of connections?
Definitely.
Yeah.
That ain't the end. Hold on. Yo, his wife, if you don't know this, Melinda Gates, okay, for the record, so he hung out with this guy 29 times, documented 29, probably fucking 2,900, right? Or whatever, 290. But apparently 30 times. On the first time they hung out together, his wife, his ex-wife, Melinda Gates, was there and said, on the very first time meeting Epstein, she discovered he was the most evil man she had ever met in her life and told Bill never to associate with him ever again. On the first time they ever met, they met at his Manhattan or whatever, New York City house, the little brownstone or whatever that guy gave him. That's where they met at. And so who knows what he had going on in that place. She goes there for a quote unquote business meeting with her husband, Bill. Whatever she saw, she said that motherfucker was Satan. I can play you the clip. She did an interview publicly talking about it. She didn't even hide it. She did a recorded video interview talking about it. That's who this guy is talking about. He kept hanging out with. So never forget that.
In retrospect, I was foolish to spend any time with him.
The Journal previously reported on Gates's ties to Jeffrey Epstein, including that Epstein threatened Gates over an affair he had. The two met a few times, Gates says, to discuss philanthropy.
Do you think, looking back at that moment, that you were being played?
Well, Jeffrey, in retrospect, I was foolish to spend any time with him.
Yo, is that what they call it now? Philanthropy? Is that what they call it now? Philanthropy? They met just to discuss philanthropy. Damn. There used to be pizza. Now it's philanthropy. Stays with the P's, though, right?
Time with him.
The Journal previously reported on Gates's ties to Jeffrey Epstein, including that Epstein threatened Gates over an affair he had. The two met a few times, Gates says, to discuss philanthropy.
Do you think, looking back at that moment, that you were being played?
Well, Jeffrey, in retrospect, I was foolish to spend any time with him, and he sort of, got time with various people by spending time with other people.
Boom. They just exposed everything right there. If you just listen to the question and his initial answer. This is interesting. So this is so you understand, he's openly admitting to getting compromised right here. So he goes, he made friends with other people. He made friends with people by, quote unquote, getting to know and hanging out with other people. So he met a friend of mine, Bill is saying, compromised him. Then my friend was blackmailed and had to force me to this party, brought me to this party, and I started banging Id's K's, and then I got compromised. So, it is what it is. They're openly admitting to it right here. But they don't say it.
Any time with him, and he sort of, got time with various people by spending time with other people. In fact, I was foolish.
But listen to her question. Her question is actually really good.
His ties to Jeffrey Epstein, including that Epstein threatened Gates.
He doesn't really answer it, though.
Over an affair he had. The two met a few times, Gates says, to discuss philanthropy.
Yeah, again, they met a few times, 30, to discuss philanthropy. He met with the most, it was foolish. If it was so foolish, why did he go to visit him over 30 times? Over 30! With the most prolific pedo known to mankind on, present scale, right? The guy had unlimited national security protection to just do anything he fucking wanted. And they were doing the worst. Because, keep it into perspective. There's nothing that philanthropy. Now we know what philanthropy means, right? But there's nothing like John Jones getting caught basically being gay. And I was like, and just say, yeah, and. All he has to do is be like, yeah, and. That's it. That's the end of it. There's nothing. Oh, scam artist, yeah, and. They're all over YouTube getting interviewed, people laughing at them. Vivek, they're in the White House. I mean, like scam artists, con men. What's something else bad? Wife beater? Yeah, Dana White. They're everywhere. Floyd, like no one cares. Like a sexual sicko hurting kids. That's the one thing I can't say to you guys. Yeah, and you know what I mean? Like I can't and that one away. That's it. So like it's sick to say or whatever, but that's what he got. Look, they're not just on there having sex with a 16-year-old, okay? That's not that. Again, I can and that. Like I could, you might be able to and look, Anthony Kiedis is documented. Like there's tons of celebrities, Seinfeld, tons of celebrities, well documented with teenagers. And no one, like they're not in jail. Their careers aren't ruined. They're having great, successful tours every year, right? No one cares. But, it has to get, just bad. It got to get bad. That's what it is. That's what they got them doing. So, I just have to say that to keep it into perspective. It's not like he's just banging some chick who he gave $200 to or $500 to or $2 million after two. That's not what's happening, or they wouldn't be able to hold it over their fucking heads. It has to be something so bad that a billionaire will submit to you. Imagine being a billionaire and submitting. Like you could just lock yourself away and never have to face the world again. Or it's so bad you're going to fucking federal prison for life. Because they have you on bed, like chopping up, they have you on video chopping up a fucking kindergartner. Like you think Tom Hanks is posting kindergartner socks all over his IG for no reason? Oh, look, I found a missing sock. No, that's his trophy. That's his trophy. And that's what they got ballsy and brazen. But this is Bill right here asking you for sympathy. I was just being foolish. Come on, guys. This evil man tricked me. He tricked me. He tricked you into burning a kid alive or whatever you did, right? Whatever you did. Philanthropy, right? Philanthropy. Yeah. Sure, buddy. Fuck you. Fuck you. Send him to Big Sandy right now. Release the motherfucking tapes. I saw MLK's files were released. They admitted that whole thing. I didn't think they actually would. Well, as much as they can. The JFK release, the RFK release. I ain't hear shit about that Epstein release. I ain't hear nothing about the Epstein release. Release everything. Dude, they're already victims. It is what it is. Throw it right into let it out. Look, there has to be a come to Jesus moment in the world. Like a lot of bad things have happened. A lot of people have been blackmailed, doing a lot of horrible things, and they're in power and they're not going to let it go. We almost have to be like lift the veil and like give some passes. Not this, not him, but like people in general. We have to be like, okay, just let's just stop all the fighting. Stop all the bullshit. We've been corrupted, dysfunctionalized in every way. Come to Jesus moment. I'm not saying forgive this stuff, but a lot has to be forgiven. A lot does have to be forgiven. From quote unquote both sides, but many different ways. But I mean, keep it into perspective. They weren't just banging teenagers. Like, just keep that into perspective, because that's what the fucking media wants you to believe. That's what the media wants you to think. They were just fucking teenagers. No. Because that doesn't make a billionaire submit. I'll just disappear to Bali, right? I can literally just go to Bali. I can go anywhere I want. I can go. I'll go on the other side of the Arctic ice shelf and hide in the flat Earth hidden lands. I'm a billionaire, right? I can go underground. whatever the theory is, right? They can do it. Bill Gates could. So what would make him submit? What? It got to be the worst. The worst. You got to. What would make you submit when you're a billionaire? You have everything. What? It's got to be the fucking worst. Yeah, I thought it was a joke. I thought, what the fuck? I thought he had this little kid. He just strung it up. I thought, he was gonna, he was gonna free it when it actually got too hot. Whatever. Sick. And then you have to understand this. So Gates made a lot of his money pushing abortion all over the world. Yeah. Now think, dude, this is scary, right? I said this last stream, and I heard people talking about it since. Andrew Schultz, specifically, the comedian Andrew Schultz, was saying, "What's in my arm, bro? What'd they put in my arm, bro?" It's like, the worst. The worst. There's a reason Netanyahu has it on his mantle. There's a reason Netanyahu has the COVID vaccine on his fucking mantle, and COVID did not affect the Ashkenazi Jews. Like, it's not a Jewish thing, but it was a fucking weapon, and you got fucked if you took it. Or there's a chance you might have been, right? A whole bunch of people were. So it makes you just think then, was he... Look, he was doing evil for a long time, okay? Whether it's, quote-unquote vaccines in Africa, abortion around the world, but was some of that, was that blackmail? Was that blackmail? Was he just a normal tech geek back in like 1998, right? And then they got him in 99 and turned his ass out. Like, I don't know. Have they had him for 20 years? So all the bad he did. Look, guys, you have to understand this. It is possible, and this is what I'm talking about in terms of forgiveness. What if, and I'm not saying, look, this is a bad case, so I'm not saying forgive Gates if this is the case, but just what if this is the case? So then imagine the smaller crimes, right, that other people just did for smaller stuff, much smaller stuff. But so they had him on tape fucking up fucking kindergarten or whatever. They had him on tape, clear as day, 4K, pow, gotcha. Now they start forcing him to do the vax, the abortions, all that from that point on. Is that what happened? That's very possible. He might have just been the tech geek. Then they got him because he's a tech geek, can't get laid. Took him around an 8-year-old. It's sick. They're sick creeps, man.
Do you think, looking back at that moment, that you were being played?
Well,
played? You mean compromised? Did you think at that moment when you were banging that 8-year-old down on the island and ramming that fucking ice pick in his head, did you think you were being compromised? Did you think there was just this island where you could like rape and murder children all over the place freely? Is this what you guys actually do on other places? That should be the actual question, because that's what she's asking right here. When you were aping those children down on Epstein's house and island, did you realize you were being compromised? Not, did you know you were being played? When you were aping kids, did you know you were being compromised? Well.
Do you think, looking back at that moment, that you were being played?
Well, Jeffrey...
He still calls him Jeffrey. Well, Jeffrey. Like, he's still friends with the guy. Tell me that didn't sound like he was still friends with the guy. Dude, they're not... I don't think when Epstein died, they were on bad terms. That sounded like he was still friends with the guy. Well, Epstein, Jeffrey. Well, Jed, I'd be like, that fucking Jeff, that fucking... You know what I mean? He's going to be F-bombs following his name and that cock smoking. Well, Jeffrey.
In retrospect, I was foolish to spend any time with him, and he sort of, got time.
In retrospect, I was foolish to spend any time with him. So he's saying, in retrospect, meaning at the time, I should have saw. At the time, because he's saying in retrospect, so he's saying back then I should have seen I should stop hanging out with this guy. I knew it was bad then. I knew it was bad the first time I ever met him because my wife said the man is literally Satan. He's the worst person I've ever met in my entire life. On the first time they ever met him. So you knew right away. So yeah, in retrospect, at the time, back then, your wife told you straight up, don't ever go around him again. He's Satan. And you went back 30 some more times. Yeah. That happened, Bill. So, like, you know, it might get a little harsh at times when I'm like, you know, you should like, and these people, shame, throw your lighter at them, whatever you got in your pocket, change, throw it with a fucking loogie. But it's not harsh. That's light. That's light. These people shouldn't be allowed to exist. You know? And I don't mean, I'm just saying, like, ruin their lives. Like, legally. Fuck this dude. Like, and every, like, bad, right? Again, put him in Big Sandy. After his story's been all over the news, like one of the worst federal prisons you can go to if you don't know, just send his ass right there.
With various people by spending time with other people.
So he got time with me.
To spend any time with him. And he sort of, you know, got time with various people by spending time with other people.
So he got time with various people by spending time with other people. So he got to compromise me because he compromised someone else before me who introduced me. That's what he's saying. Okay, so someone who was compromised brought Bill's dumb ass to him to be set up just like he was. And then they set Bill's dumb ass up. And look at him asking you for sympathy. This fucking chomo. Grab him by his fucking gizzard ass and neck and just wring it. Not the neck, just the skin, and just fucking squeeze that skin.
In retrospect, I was foolish to spend any time with him. And he sort of, you know, got time with various people by spending time with other people. So
you let this guy inject you with shit if you took this vaccine. Thank God I didn't, man. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just saying I would be scared, but there ain't nothing you can do. If you took it, you took it. But damn, it would be scary if you took it.
Yes, I think I was quite stupid. You know, I
was stupid for banging them kids, you know?
I thought it would help me with global health philanthropy. In fact, it failed to do that. And
I thought I would be able to help people by banging those kids. That's literally what he's telling you. Like, I don't mean to make it so blunt or whatever, but that's what do you not see the craziness here? This is like this is a Wall Street Journal interview. This is on the Wall Street Journal. And they're clearly talking about this without saying specific terms, words, but it's this is Bill Gates' first attempt at running coverage for what he must believe it's about to come out. He must believe whatever happened is about to come out. Because why else would he do this? Like, he wouldn't just agree to this unless he wanted it to come out. They're using DNA to create biological weapons right now. Shout out Hawker. If so, I'm not aware of that, but I don't doubt it. Because Felipe says they've been for decades. I'm not aware, but I'm aware of enough. Oh man, this NFL shit is great though. I got plenty. What are you, dude? I don't even watch it. I didn't watch the game or anything, or the games, but it's obvious. I have a conspiracy theory. I don't know anything about football or the NFL specifically. Recently, the last 20 years, but now that like Philly is just being not gifted, but allowed to put together a hell of a team and make such a run. It makes you look back at when they had like Shady McCoy and Mike Vick and that whole Philly team in like the 2010s. how they like Andy Reid came in and just disbanded the whole team, just like fucked the whole team off. It's almost like that was meant to happen. So Michael Vick didn't get a Super Bowl. They didn't want the fucking dog killer to be the face of the NFL. So they were like, fuck over this whole team, but we'll pay you back in 10 years, like around 10 years, right? The organization is now getting paid back. I think Philly might actually win. I think they might actually give Philly one Super Bowl. If not this year, they might get one next year. But I think Philly's going to get one Super Bowl and a few deep runs, maybe 2 appearances in the Super Bowl. It looks like all the love that used to come to Pittsburgh is went to Philly. Just my conspiracy theory, but yeah. And it would help with the bookies because everyone's like, dude, the Chiefs are a lock. The NFL's fixed in their favor, blah, 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 blah. But they're actually going to give it to Philly this year, next year, because no one's going to expect it. The big money's coming in on Chiefs. They're going to take all your fucking money, go to Philly. A couple guys in Philly will win some money. That's about it. Then next year the Chiefs win. Next year the Chiefs will be the new Patriots. Okay, and the Eagles will be the Steelers. I'm telling you, it's fucked up. That's my conspiracy theory. And I ain't watched an NFL game in 20 years. I literally haven't. In 20 years, I ain't watched an NFL game. Well, whenever the last, about 20. Definitely 15. But that's my NFL conspiracy because the shit is rigged. I'm just wondering, do they really give it to the Chiefs this year after all the hoopla over the clear rigging, right? Yeah, but yeah. But I've been telling you forever, like it's funny to see. I'm seeing a bunch of like brain dead fucking normies that are, for 20 years have been like, oh, the NFL is legit, right? The NFL is fair. These guys wouldn't do that. Too many people to keep a conspiracy, right? All the fucking talking points. You've heard them all. It's like, dude, the Manhattan Project was quiet for decades. What are you talking about, right? All these things are the MLK, JFK, they're all conspiracies been quiet, right? But players have talked. So I don't know what way it's going, and I don't even know if the NFL actually knows. They might give it to the Chiefs at the last moment. It depends on the betting. It really does depend on the betting. But they want the Chiefs as like the new Patriots. That's for sure. It ain't Philly. Philly's going to be the new Steelers. I'm telling you. It's fucked up. And I don't even know the NFL like that. It's just calm. That, to me, sounds like common sense. Yeah, to Bill Gates. Translation, we never thought we'd actually get caught. Translation, I never thought I'd actually get caught. Bro, I was watching them the first time I met him. They had kids everywhere. That's why his wife was like, he's the most evil man ever. When the first time they met, she was like, yo, there's that. She don't say this, but what makes a person the most evil man ever, quote unquote, literally Satan, right? Well, that. She went to his house. It was either on the TV or they're running around, whatever. Bill went back. And he's like, oh, I just saw him doing it. I thought it was normal. His dumbass got caught up. You can't get it, man. We just talked about Jay Leno getting his fucking face and hand busted till he had to deliver money, right? So you got rolled. They set your dumb ass up. Nerd. You ain't fucking streetwise. You got set up. And they got you. They got you easily. I bet it was easy. Because, look. I don't know. Look. The guy went back 30 times. He didn't even off himself or nothing. You don't keep going back. You have to take, unless you are that. Unless you are that. And if you are, then you go. There's no sympathy, no mercy in this dojo. That stands. and bringing it back. I always hated the Eagles, but that Vic team looked unbelievable at times. It did. And they had a real chance. And imagine if it happened. Imagine if it happened. Michael Vick, fresh off a dog killing, face of the NFL. Horrible. Now look at and this is the other thing. It couldn't happen. They couldn't allow it. Now look at the two guys they can have as the face of the NFL. Mahomes is fucking, cornbread corny as you can get. And Jalen Rose, who's like Jordan level classy type stuff. He's much actually classier. He's, from what I understand, I don't think there's any smut surrounding Jalen Rose. Just class across the board. So two people they could, no matter who wins, either or, face of the NFL, good spokesman, good reps. I think it is Mahomes is who they want, but I think they're going to toss Philly, Jalen, all these guys a bone for throwing the Eagles back in the day, being a threat. Yeah, just saying. Dude, the Eagles should beat the fuck out of Kansas City, and I only saw the clips. I only saw some highlights, and I can already tell you the Eagles should beat the shit out of Kansas City. And you know why? The Eagles are really like that. The Eagles are really like that. It's that simple. You can see it in the footage. In the highlights I've saw, I can instantly tell you the Philly team is better. They're better. The Chiefs are kind of soft. They're kind of They're not kind of. They're soft. Philly ain't. So this is football, man. Take the gloves off. Philly should beat their asses. Don't know if it's going to happen, though. No mercy. Real quick, no mercy before I fucking pass on that bitch. I don't know. In fact, I don't think this is the Real Murders Alive account. It's not verified or anything. But I think they do have an inside track over the past few weeks or a couple months, whatever, however long it's been. They seem to be reliable, but it's not Bachram himself, that's for sure. But it's saying we're about to receive some wonderful news. He might have not just a fight, but a big fight. Obviously, it ain't Crawford, but man, it's going to be Boachuk. You know that, right? It's going to be Boachuk. They're going to fucking kill each other. I hope they really get. As a boxing fan, you can't ask for a more exciting fight. But as a guy, if you don't want to see anything bad happen to real ones, man, it's bad. It's dangerous. It could be career altering for either of them or both of them. Brutal. But that's probably the fight. If it's a huge fight, like a big announcement, wonderful news, and not just a tune-up fight or something. Because Boachuk's out here begging for a fight. Bachram's out here looking for a fight. That could be the one. You knew the NFL was rigged when the tuck rule game happened. Yeah. Tuck rule. Oh, or in this case, yeah. Fumble. Or in this case, tuck rule. It's funny, even Tom Brady himself admitting it's only a tuck in his case because they wanted him to win. That's one instance. They fucked over the Pittsburgh Steelers twice. But again, yeah, it's the same thing. I quit watching then. So yeah, back then with the Steelers Patriots AFC Championship game way back in the day.
Eating a sandwich, and while he was eating the sandwich, he was flexing. in the window. Look, come here, watch. He's checking himself out and looking at me out. I look good. Wait, he's gonna take another pass here on the phone. This guy never has a shirt on. He's always tanning. The windows here are all tinted, so they look like mirrors. Here he comes. He's gonna take another pass at the mirror. How are my biceps looking while I'm on the phone? Oh, look at my. Oh, look! Yeah, look! Here he comes. All right. Take another pass at the mirror. There he is. Check it out. Oh yeah, there's the yeah. There we go. Yeah, thighs look good. Oh yeah. Oh, how do we? Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, right hand's looking good. Abs look good when I throw. Oh, there's the uppercut. Yeah. We were just filming your whole. But you're on the phone. You're flexing in the mirror. Check on your legs. No, we're not. You weren't. We got the whole pose down, Arnold. Yeah.
We got the whole fucking pose down, Arnold. Oh, that's embarrassing. But like, you wouldn't be doing the same thing if you had the fucking tan in the body of Uriah Faber right here. Yeah, damn right. He was looking in the mirror windows like, yo, check my fucking tan out, bro. That dude exactly recognized it's still me when you were younger. Don't lie. You still do this shit. Don't lie. I do. Quit fronting. Oh, when I was younger.
Part about them is they make our criminals look quite nice, actually.
I'm getting deported. Trump floats idea of expelling U.S. citizens that repeatedly commit crimes, offering to pay other countries to take me in. I don't want them any more than illegals. I'm joining you guys. Where are we going? Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Where am I going? I said I'd go. I said, in order to make America great again, I would sacrifice. So where am I going? Let's rock. Man, you're going to have to pay him a lot of money to take me. They're going to send me to fucking China. Oh, yeah. There we go.
And I can see it because you can't completely.
Look, they're saying the chief caught this. All right. They're saying this is a completed pass to the chief. All right, just so you see it. His hand not on the ball. This guy got his arm wrapped under it, his hand over it. He's just falling, catching himself. This is bad.
Say
boom. Here's the ball.
No,
and smushy smush. He don't even have a fucking. He barely got one hand on it.
Ball hits pretty. I don't know if you have possession for it. The other thing you're saying is Worthy's pinning it there. Now when it comes down and it makes contact with the ground,
it's a much better angle there.
The ball move enough to say that caused off.
Rough. That's rough. Now they're on the fucking 3-yard line. They got to the 3-yard line with an incomplete pass. Oh man. So. Russian Downs. Russian Downs. He's like, get that thing away from me. Maybe he's Jewish. Maybe he's still Russian Jewish. Yo, for the record, you ever give a nut a pistol to fire? Only chamber one. Only have one round in there. Look at how the dude is handling it. That thing is loaded. Like, dude, he's like, no disrespect, but this guy got down, so he could have easily popped your ass. When he handed you that gun back, he could have been nervous and shaken and just shot you. Like, just put one in. Just one round. Trump did just call for Congress to abolish the income tax. He really did.
Richer and more powerful.
As president. This is probably what he was told his whole life. I imagine this is what his father preached to him about the greatest time in America. And this is probably what he means by make America great again. Going back to this time period he's speaking on.
Than ever before. You know, the United States in 1870 to 1913, all tariffs, and that was the richest period in the history of the United States, relatively speaking. In other words, relatively. And they set up the Great Tariff Commission of 1887, and this commission had one function: what to do with all the money that we took in. It was so enormous that they had no idea. It was a blue ribbon committee. It was set up 1887, and what to do with all of the money that we.
All the dumb money. He's saying instead of giving our tax dollars to other countries, we should be taxing other countries and giving the money to our citizens, right? That sounds great if it's me. Horrible if I am getting deported now. Right? I guess we'll have to wait and see. This could go either way. My opinions don't change. Opinions don't change. If I get deported, I get deported. If I stay and get rich, I stay and get rich. Oh, yeah, exactly, Josh. Please send me somewhere with Latinas. Send me somewhere with good chicks. Please. Okay, the Bengals were about to have back-to-back Super Bowl appearances before the refs stepped in for the Chiefs. Yeah, I noticed, again, I don't watch it, but I saw the highlight of Mahomes. Again, every time he hits the ground, Mahomes, he's looking to the refs. Dude, he got pushed. Like, it's the NFL. He got pushed, and he flopped like a girl. Like, he flopped. I've never seen an actual NFL guy flop. I guess flops are a thing now in the NFL. That's also new to me. I wasn't aware of that. He ain't the only one. I've seen like 3 flops over the weekend. So yeah, the flops are just a thing now. NFL guys flop like bitches. They flop like girls too. It's crazy. Trump did say he would release the entire Epstein list. All right, this is the thing. This is the thing about, okay, that's good. I want more than that. I want the list and all information. They can redact victims' names, but release it all. And like, let's say, and this is the thing. So when it comes to like JFK files being declassified, right? It's like, all right, I hear you. Or MLK. Things only get declassified up to a certain level. It's like, okay, so I don't know. I don't think this is going to happen, but let's say it did. Something comes out in the JFK file. There was a man on the grassy knoll, right? Okay, that will be the declassification. It was a conspiracy. There was another blah, blah, blah. That's it. It's like, don't tell me you don't know who ordered it. You know, I want to know who actually met what 5 guys got around the table, discussed the op, and were like, green light it. Who gave the fucking green light? Either tell us what you know and what was done about it, or what wasn't done about it, and for what reason. That would be an actual deal. Was it the Russians? Was it the communist Russians? Or what was it the Cubans? Was it Israel? Was it our own CIA and like Dulles and them that just tell us exactly who? The actual declassification. You know, and they won't do that though. So that's what I'm talking about, like a come to Jesus moment with the country and the world, but mostly America. Like, just let it all out. Like, we're starting over, fixing it. Oh, yeah, they better not send me to India. They better not exchange me for some Indian IT workers. Send me to fucking Mumbai or something. I ain't having it. We're going to have a problem. It's going to be a problem. I hope, what's this? Oh, confirmed beyond the shadow of a doubt. Yeah, so Ilhan Emar or whatever that,
was first made a few years ago. Congress got her family.
This chick. 100 Ilhan Omar, whatever her name is. She 100% did marry her brother. She said she did what she had to do to get him papers. She's guilty of immigration fraud, marriage fraud, possibly incest. Yeah, I mean, she should be in fucking federal prison as well. Send her to the big house. You got her dead to rights. Got her dead to rights. And fuck the big house. Deport her. She sits right next to me. She gets shotgun right next to me. She can keep me company. She can keep me company on that long flight. So, Also, yeah. Oh man, gun battle at Texas-Mexico border. The Mexican drug cartel shoots border patrol agents. There's a big gunfight. Here's the video. So they had a gun. The cartel and border patrol had a gunfight. Man, I don't. I don't know if I just don't. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, I'm not sure how I feel about Trump. I don't think it's a good idea to designate the cartels as a terrorist group like that and go after them like that. You just really didn't need to. All you have to do is enforce the laws on the books. You can always send Delta Force as advisors, just like we did in Colombia. We didn't need to label the Colombian cartel or the Medellin cartel a terror resort. We just sent Delta Force and they killed Escobar. They just took the whole cartel down and killed Escobar. So like, what are we talking about? We didn't need this, right? Then you got to ask, why did they do it? And it's like, oh, they want FISA warrants and all that. Just legal, just, brutal surveillance, quote unquote, legal, brutal surveillance. Just unfettered surveillance and tracking on all these motherfuckers, cartel guys. And I think the reason is, and this is the real deal. Now, look at the fentanyl, what fentanyl and all this heroin and shit is done to America right now. If you go back about 20 years ago, America was doing the same thing to China and Russia. Like China and Russia were being destroyed by opium and heroin. Eastern Europe, they had the homeless encampments just like in America right now. Go remember this? Like 2000, this was a thing. There were just apartment buildings of Russian junkies. Dude, they were fucking doing the nuttiest stuff. It's on the internet. But to me, it seems like they are doing it right back to the West now with fentanyl, using China as that little axis of evil, quote unquote, whatever you want to call them. Russia, Iran, China, Syria, that whole gang, North Korea, through Mexico. So I think Mexico, the cartels, some cartels at least, were willingly, knowingly engaging in like legit terrorism against us Americans. I actually think that is what was happening. So it's not. I understand why because you guys weren't just smuggling drugs. You knew exactly what you were doing because you were told. I guarantee you, the CIA fucking made it very clear. Like, yo, you got to chill. This is what they're doing, and they just kept wanting that money. Why do you think the whole Sinaloa cartel is locked the fuck up right now? They're all getting crushed. The other one, the other guy, the ex-cop, CJNG, that guy, he's about to get nailed. They're crushing on him right now, big time. Like, they're smashing these dudes for that reason, because they made a deal and they understood exactly what they were doing with the Russians and the Chinese and the Iranians. They were all pumping that shit, mainlining it through China straight over here to destabilize the West. And they killed millions of Americans. El Mencho, thank you. Can't believe I couldn't remember that. Yeah, thank you. And they're going after him heavy, just up the bounty on him and all that. And this is before Trump. This is all before Trump. They're turning on each other at the highest levels. Shit's hitting the fan because they did make a deal with our enemies. And this is like actual terrorism. The fentanyl is actual terrorism. But so you heard that the Afghan heroin is going straight into Russia, and it has been. When it was producing 90%, when Afghanistan was producing 90% of the world's heroin, 90% of that heroin was going into Russia. That's where it was going, like in China, yeah, but mainly Russia. Like that, they were pumping it. That is why when people be like, "Yo," obviously Black Ops money, they're bringing some of it here. It's getting here, right? But the big reason that we were letting that grow is because we wanted to destabilize Russia and the Russians and the Chinese, and now they paid us back.
they paid us back. But we're going to pay them back now. It's a never-ending, dude. I don't think the opium trade has been a major part of the world economy, unfortunately. MJ, it's ridiculous to hear Inui's excuses for avoiding me on Bach track. Something tells you Mencho's dead already. I mean, he might be. I doubt it, though, because, well, I was going to say, nah, he ain't dead. He's not dead. We know. I don't. Right? I don't know for sure if he's alive or dead. We have no clue. But I know our DEA, our federal government, knows for sure. And if he was dead, they'd just be like, he's dead. But that, they always play them. Yeah. Let's see this article though. I don't know. Either way, this terror, like, I don't know. But I don't agree with, again, the whole you just enforce the laws already on the books. There's no reason to do this. But I think that is the reason, because they want to attack them like they would a foreign adversarial military, unfettered, like gloves off, because they knowingly, the Mexican cartels, that is, knowingly and willingly engaged with our enemies, aka Russia, China, Iran, whoever, Israel, or whoever. It don't matter. But certainly, I think Russia and China, well, not certainly Russia and China, they engage with them to flood fentanyl into the West to destabilize us, just like we did to them. And they use the Mexican cartels, and they agreed to it, again, knowingly and willingly. At one point or another, they knew exactly what they were doing and didn't stop. And that's when shit hit the fan. So MJ, returns to Inui, is saying, I've been vocal about it. There's rules in boxing. I want to fight them. I'm the Mando. I'm a former unified. I want to fight the best. The best is Inui. I don't want to just get the title. For some reason, the fight ain't happening. It kept me frozen for almost 2 years. If he doesn't want to fight, what can I do? I cannot make him fight me. If people demand this fight, maybe it'll change something. Yeah, they're just begging for the fight. Someone clearly doesn't want this fight to happen, whether it's him, his team, his promoters. I heard it was offered to him, but again, this is what you would say. Like, the fight's going to happen. But he goes, I'm at the point I don't trust anyone. The great champions have always defended their belts. That's the rules. I'm honored. You just call someone a duck enough and they fucking have to fight you. But this can also piss you off, and you can just throw the middle finger up to MJ. If he was given a fair offer and turned it down, then I'm like, yo, I literally, if that was the case. And if I offered you the fight and you turned it down, you can't then a fucking few months later be shitting on me, or a year even shitting on me like I'm ducking you. Like, I will then just not even give you the damn fight. I'll pull a Canelo and be like, fuck him. Fuck out of here, man. I don't know. Fight does need to happen, though. Fight does need to happen. I think there's a boat in San Diego. Yeah, a boat of immigrants flipped over. Big old wave. Kerplunked them. Whoosh! Bye-bye. You're going back. Yo, did you see? Yeah. Oh man, Melly's cooked. The rapper YNW Melly looks like he's fucking fried. They got a key witness against him who he told everything to. But shit, what did I just see? Oh man. Oh yeah, it was about these immigrants. Did you see that? This dude was a nut. First of all, there was a teacher in Texas who made like a public post. I have it somewhere. He made a public post about send ICE. He's a teacher, a public school teacher. He said, send ICE to my school in Texas. Send ICE to my school because half of my kids don't even speak English. I guess they fired him already. But I was like, that guy's an absolute maniac for saying that. Like, at best, you're definitely getting fired. At worst, they might off you. Like, think about it. You're kind of kidnapping kids, or someone's kids are kind of going to get kidnapped. What if the next day or the next week, ICE did come in, took 20 kids away, and then, had them talk. They went and took some of their parents. Dude, there's going to be a lot of pissed off people. Like, that's bringing a whole bunch of drama to that school you don't need. But I think he got fired. Pretty shocking he said it, though. But remember, this guy was just foolish. Remember, Bill Gates was just foolish. He's not a bad guy. Banging kids isn't always bad. It's when they do it, it's just foolish. When you do it, you go under the jail. When they do it, it's just a simple mistake. We've all been there, right? Relax. Relax, relax, relax. Dude, that's crazy how you go from 12-0 to 0-8. Going a 12-0 run to just can't catch a win for nothing. Did you guys see dude, Phil Baroni and Evan Tanner? I just watched. Did you guys see this? I think it's a Vice News series or whatever. It's called like The Dark Side of the Cage. I think it's The Dark Side of the Cage. They did Evan Tanner. I watched an episode on Evan Tanner and an episode on Diego Sanchez. Dude, they're both pretty good. Both very troubled dudes, obviously, but really relatable in the way they come across, and that you can understand. Like, these guys have been through a lot, took a lot of fucking head trauma. Okay, obviously, that's where most of this comes from. Look at Ferguson's eyes; his lights are out. The lights are out. But Evan Tanner, Phil Baroni, hanging out every day. And then there's videos of them together. Within 1 month, one's dead, one's arrested for murder in a Mexican prison. Baroni's down there in a Mexican prison for killing some chick. Evan Tanner. This is like, they're kind of like their daddy and Wards. The UFC. It's really wild. This where, like, I don't mean to say this, but I'm scared this where he's going. That's where he's going to end up. A lot of these guys, the UFC guys, I told you, man, dude. Tell me I literally said this. If anyone remembers, I was saying, give it about 5-10 years. You're going to start seeing all the old school, the original, like, UFC guys, the guys who built the company. You're going to see them all involved in all kinds of sick shit, like murders, bullshit crimes, assaulting their wives and kids because they go crazy, get ultra violent, emotional, can't control themselves, and they know they're crazy. But like Junior Seau or whatever understood he was crazy and was like, I'm going to off myself before I off my wife. And it's coming. Unfortunately, you can just see it already. It's already happening time and time again, but it's only going to get worse because they're all hitting that age now at the same time. It's right now. It's happening. And it's only going to keep happening. Yeah, they're definitely criminal invaders. Yeah, no doubt. Base teacher. Like a base teacher. Yeah, he did become a jobless teacher. He should have just maybe called ICE and kept his mouth shut. You certainly don't publicly state that shit when you work at a fucking public school in Texas. Like, he fucked himself. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, this guy's a fucking asshole. Whether you agree with him or not, he's an idiot. Like, he totally screwed himself over. And with just brought all kind of bullshit. Look at Fat Joe. This motherfucker is 50 years old. For the record, this motherfucker is 50 years old. Imagine coming out in public looking like it. 50 years old.
Maybe 55. He might be 55, right? That's Fat Joe. Pink, hot pink fur. Hot pink, Frank. Fat Joe in the hot pink. Frank Lucas. Come on, turn around for us, buddy. Like, am I tripping, or is this like cool to wear if you're 50 something? I don't know. Like, Joe can afford a nice suit, or just, I mean, you're going to a basketball game, kind of dressed like Chris Rock and Adam Sandler over there, right? I wouldn't even take a picture with a guy dressed like Fat Joe. I'm not kidding. I would not take a picture with you. Definitely wouldn't. I don't know, man. Fat Joe's desperate. Oh, again, hot pink Frank Lucas. That's all I see. Dude was fucking bugging. Went from fake beards to hot pink fucking hunter hats. Hot pink hunter hats in a stadium that's hot as balls. You know, there's fucking 10,000 people in there breathing heavy. This ain't, or is this at the football game? This might be at a football game. Oh, it's the Knicks. No, this is indoors. This is the Knicks game. Fucking asshole. Yo. He got leather pants on. I didn't even notice that. Motherfucker got leather pants. Leather pants. Dude, what the fuck? All right. Ever look? The Timbs, the pants, the t-shirt, everything's fine until you get to this goddamn hot pink Frank Lucas. But when you put leather and hot pink together, now you're just fucking Vito Spatafora. All right, you're the Puerto Rican Vito Spatafora. It is what it is. Magic Mahomes. Yeah, just allowed to rip this motherfucker's face off as the ref is just staring right at it. No one cares. He's just allowed to go. Yo, the crazy thing, another conspiracy, did they start rigging the NFL like so drastically, making it so obvious as a way to increase viewership? Think of that. Think of that. He's just greasing the union, man. He's just greasing the basketball union. Big Puerto Rican gangster tycoon, right? But, yeah, it's another theory, conspiracy theory. It's possible. Oh yeah, this chick found out she is gonna die because she took Ozempic.
See,
Fucking singer Avery. Do you know who this is? I don't know. I don't pay attention to none of these people, man. I'm checked the fuck out of celebrity world or any type of TV, anything. Singer Avery in shock after revealing deadly disease from taking Ozempic. So her bones are breaking. Okay, she got all kind of fucked up. She deteriorated. Her bones have deteriorated because lack of vitamin D and other essential vital nutrients. So, dude, real quick, if you don't know, yeah, he does, right? Reverse. But he looked better than Fat Joe. Crazily. Fat Joe actually looked like the dude on rocks. Like, you would have to literally be smoking crack to walk out your house dressed like that. You know what I mean? He actually looks more, Fat Joe looked more like the crackhead, right? Like, look at her. Pink hair, right? The crackhead. Fat Joe, pink hat, crackhead. But Ozempic. So it basically, imagine this all happening through your stomach.
your intestinal tract. It's putting a grease. Think of it like this. It's putting a coating of grease all along your stomach and intestinal tract that is going to stop your body from absorbing so much nutrients so you can stuff your face like a fat fuck and you don't take in any of the nutrients. And it slides right through you and you blow it right out. So because it's all greased. And this oil is irritating the hell out of your lining. Yeah, so you're fucked. Do not take Ozempic, guys, unless you absolutely need it. She didn't need it. She just didn't have the willpower to stop fucking eating for a week. And now she's dying.
The body was in better condition if there were any permanent damages. Kind of in shock right now because I wasn't expecting this. But I guess Ozempic can
Kill you. Yeah, she's breaking. She became what's Samuel L. Jackson's? What was his movie? Shatter. Mr. Glass. She's Mrs. Glass now.
Why? Because this is fight. This is not game. Boxing this is not game. Please respect boxing. Respect sport. This is not street fight. You want street fight? Let's go. I show you right now. We have time.
Lemieux looks away. They don't show it. His eyes break.
Let's do it.
Let's go. You want street fight? Let's go right now. I'll show you. We have time. It's a bad man right there. Bad man. It's not conspiracy. It's business. So Donovan McNabb. Ask him. He would know. All right? He would know. Wasn't McNabb the one chased out of Philly to replace him with Vic? And then they blew up Philly so Vic wouldn't get the bowl. That's my conspiracy, I'm telling you. Never do it. Never do it. Pink hair, don't trust him. Yep. Never trust him.
This is a country founded by...
This is a country founded by immigrants.
So this lady is saying, look, we have to allow everyone who came in illegally to stay because look, she looks high as a fucking kite for the record. She looks high as balls, bro. She looks like she ate a ton of fucking edibles. She's on like a 60 mil edible for sure. Look at her eyes. If you can zoom in, her eyes are bloodshot and saggy. She's high as a fucking kite. So she goes, we should just accept, stupid ass immigration policies because it was founded by immigrants. First of all, no, it wasn't, because an immigrant, they would call it repatriate, not immigrate. All right. They don't call them like repatriants. They call them fucking immigrants. Why? Because there's no nation they're moving to. Back then, when they came here, there was no nation, or they would call them fucking. They would have been repatriating or repatriates. They weren't. They were immigrating to just. That's like you have a vast land, Yellowstone. Like the wolves migrate. They'll go from the northeast to the southwest and up to the northwest, but they'll bounce around. They migrate in an area. All right, that's repatriate is not the same as migrate. Big fucking difference, bitch. The nation was founded by settlers and then helped along by immigrants or repatriates, kind of after that. But I don't know about Anyway, he lights her up.
This is a country founded by immigrants.
Well, this is a country founded by...
Country.
This is a very unique country, and it was founded by some immigrants and some settlers. But just because we were founded by immigrants doesn't mean that 240 years later that we have to have the dumbest immigration policy in the world.
This is a country...
Yeah, fact. We don't have to have the fucking dumbest policy in the world because some immigrants came here before. But you would say that, wouldn't you? That's just nuts. Yeah, like talking to a child. It's way worse than that. This is someone who knows better but acts stupid. Like, as a child, I remember hearing this, nation of immigrants. As a child, I was like, why are you saying that to me? They would always say it. Even back then, I guess it was for immigration. But you would hear it and you'd be like, what? What does that have to do with what we're talking about, though? Even if you're talking about immigration or repatriating, whatever. What they call it, immigration, right? You still go, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Other immigrants are here, so we have to let
these unknown immigrants. What the fuck are you even saying that for? Like, what is that phrase even coming out of your mouth for? Like, we're not talking about, there's an actual issue here that we should be talking about, and you're just making some empty fucking platitude, right? That shouldn't even get past the grade schooler. Because as a grade schooler, it's set bells off in my brain. Like, what? Like, yeah, there's some what? Like, what does that mean? Explain. What do you mean by that? Why are you saying it? It's a nation of immigrants. And yeah, and there's some immigrants here. And what else? Dude, this bitch is retarded. She is literally high as a fucking kite. Past that shit. Yeah, I hear you on the retard speak. Yeah, they never tell you what immigrants found the United States, though. Yeah, Western European, European Christian immigrants, yeah. Brits founded it and then brought some others over. They're like, yeah, you guys can come help along. And people did help along. But, again, what does that mean? And? Yeah, and? Dude, she's plastered. She is fucked up. Oh, so the Colombia's president is having a public affair with a trans dude who's huge. He's fucking enormous, for the record, like bigger than him. It's fucking Big Mike. Big Miguel. Big Miguel, look, she got up on that curb, it hit different. When she popped up on that curb, it hit different. When Big Miguel over here popped up on that curve, it hit much different. That's a sturdy dude. That's a fucking big dude, man. He's literally banging David Morrell. He's literally banging David Morrell with a wig. Oh, this is fucked up. This dude is out. This is Colombia's president out in public. Like, this isn't, woo, Big Miguel down there getting fucking laying pipe on the prez. Laying pipe on the prez, that hits different. That she's going to have a story to tell. He better hit her with an OD in the next couple of weeks. Him. The world is up in smoke.
It makes your legs weak. Is that true that they tell you not to have sex before fights? Like, it makes your legs weak?
Yeah, maybe last week is, you're focused not for sex, you're focused to boxing. This different situation, different deal,
Do people try?
I would pay money to hear you say your focus is not fucking. Pay money to hear you say your
deal,
Do people try?
I would pay money to hear you say your focus is not fucking.
Tell me that ain't what you were thinking too. As soon as you heard it, you're like, your focus, not fucking. Sex make your legs weak when I focus. Focus. He did that shit on purpose. Triple D was trolling like a motherfucker.
Yeah, maybe last week is, you're focused not for sex, you're focused to boxing. This different situation, different deal,
Do people try?
I would pay money to hear you say your focus is not fucking.
It's fighting. He laughed his ass off at that one now. It was fucked up. A Rican grimace is crazy. Yeah, this is bonkers. This is bonkers. This is an autistic kid. This is like, you have to be autistic to sit in front of a camera and smile like this. You have to be fucking autistic or compromised. They compromised Fat Joe, huh? They got his ass, right? Did he bop them? Did he bop Fat Joe, I guess? Because, dude, this is compromised or you're fucking autistic. Like, or you're on crack. It's one of the two. You got to be high as Kodak Black or compromised. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. What happened, guys? What happened? And I think this is the same chain he had in like 2002. I'm almost positive. I think Fat Joe's fucked up. He's doing anything for some cash right now. He's wearing chains from 2002 and hot pink Canal Street fur. Oh, we're fucked. Fat Joe, you gotta go. Your time is up. It's always them, right? Jewish students fake a hate crime. Yeah, what else is new, right? What else is new? What else is new? Because if you were actually they put Trump and a swastika. Yeah, what Trump guy is gonna do that? If would I ever possibly fathom thinking doing that in my neighborhood? No, not at all. Why? Because it's bad optics, bad looks, bad press. It's just bad for, if that's what you believe, it's bad for it. So you're only hurting yourself. So clearly it's going to be them every fucking time. That's who would do that. Yeah, whatever. So Josh Taylor, though, I found this interesting. So Josh Taylor says, I've never weighed 168 pounds my entire life. Never mind on fight day. The most I've weighed on fight day is 156. So he said he never weighed 6'8" in his entire life, let alone fight day. But on a fight day, he weighed 5'6". I mean, that's only 12 more pounds. So you're telling me before that Catterall fight, you weren't 12 pounds heavier than your most fight night, your heaviest fight night weight? It shredded? Get the fuck out of here. I've hit 188. So you have hit 188. That's for sure. And Dave Blunt's MRI. Still don't take the Ozempic. You still don't take the Ozempic. Telling you, still don't do that. All right, guys. 12:30. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna head out. A couple more things I still wanted to get to, but oh geez. You know, AB said, remember when Mahomes played Darlene on Roseanne? Dude, it is him. It's fucking him. He nailed it. He nailed it. Yeah, weird ass looking dude right here. I know that ain't who you were talking about, but this motherfucker is Darlene. Ain't she Jewish? I never knew Mahomes was a fucking little Jewish girl. He's a little Jew girl. Oh, Mahomes is a little Jew broad. I'm not sure. I think she's Jewish. I'm almost positive, right? She's on fucking Roseanne. She should be. But dude, he looks just like her. Crazy. Yeah, of course Taylor weighed more than that. Fucking, he's never weighed 168 in his life. That's just bonkers. It's bonkers. But yeah, I'm out of here, guys. When it there. There was other shit I can't even remember. But yeah, 2 hours. Wrap it up. Salute to everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, we'll see what happens with this press conference. Let a couple of days news build up. See when I jump back on. It should be before the week, before the Saturday. Jump back on and make an official prediction, shit like that. But yep. Salute to everyone. God bless to the chat. And see you all soon. Have a good one. Peace.